Okay, so let me explain like my stance on the subject matter. I am of the firm belief that if Sakurai could have his way, none of these characters would be getting cut.
I
Um,
agree.
because if you
I
looked
think
at
he would cut as
if
the least amount of characters possible.
I think if you looked at his track records on all the times a character's been cut because they had notes.
Licensing
No, no, no.
issue,
Hold on. Let's
or
let's go in order. Let's go in order. It's due to time constraints, which is why characters like Mewtwo especially got cut from Brawl, but so was Roy and Dr. Mario. Um,
mhm.
the number
Or in
two
a case where
is
they can find a character that is like
that
sort of
was
a successor to them,
that
like
that was
Young
my
Link, a Toon Link.
that was my number two. Young Link, Toon Link easily replaced Young Link, and plus on Minum, we're gonna replace Pichu at the time. So like the characters that were cut
Hmm.
from Brawl were gonna have like a replacement in some way, shape, or form. And as for the
Yeah,
time constraints thing, it also makes the original 12 not necessarily as immune as some people were. And those two factors are the reason why I don't think the original 12 are as immune as some people made it out to be, because Ness
I
almost got cut in
agree.
Melee, and Jigglypuff
Yeah,
almost got cut from Brawl. The third
Jigglypuff
thing,
was almost cut in every game except for an Ultimate.
the third thing is technical issues, which I don't think Smash Six is gonna have that problem, but that's why Ice Climbers and Pokemon Trainer were cut. And
Yeah,
the last thing is the licensing thing, which is
why Snake got cut.
presumably why Snake got cut. There was never really anything official with Snake.
Yeah,
It was more like they either didn't get the license or they never requested for Snake. It's kind of in the weird model. The only character that's been cut that we know zero reasons for is Wolf in Smash 4. That's the only character that's like we don't
I
know.
honestly think that would have been that was a time constraint thing
Probably.
because half of it, like a good chunk of his moveset, was present in Fox's custom moves, and same with Falco. Um, but that being said, like I don't know, I think it was just because of that. Like his customs were already in the game, so I guess that's
So
why.
so yeah,
Because we
my
know custom moves like took a while. There were originally going to be 3 custom variants for each move, and then they dropped it to 2 for each.
gosh, I hope they never I hope they never do customs again.
Honestly,
But
I think
because
that's why like
that was
Lucas got cut
atrocious.
to an extent because like I know 2 of his moves um were part of Ness's custom moves. I think they brought him back because Lucas is a little bit more popular than Wolf, especially at the time.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah.
okay, so that's where I'm laying the groundwork of my stance on this entire situation. Is that I think it's ridiculous that people think that certain characters would get cut because why not? For the sake of getting cuts? So
Hmm.
let's just get started right out the gate. So
Yeah,
I think the first four are pretty obvious. It would be very weird to not have these characters in the fucking roster.
exactly.
It's
And
like
to an extent, like I feel like if there's any set of characters that are solid 100%, it'd be the original 8.
yeah.
So those 4,
Well,
Yoshi,
oh yeah, no,
Kirby,
yeah.
Fox, and Pikachu.
Okay, so it's more. Assuming Smash Six is rumored to be released next year, and we don't seem to have another main Zelda, and by main Zelda I mean super main, like a Breath of the Wild quality type of thing. So it
I
seems
mean,
like
we
we're,
just had Tears of the Kingdom like
but
last
it's
year.
more based around. It's very similar to Breath of the Wild Link. I don't necessarily believe
Yeah,
so.
but that gives it credence for it to be a similar move set, and there's still a lot of changes. Like, um, Link in that game doesn't have the remote bombs. That's one thing. His up special could be different as well with the ascend ability. Like, there's quite a few things. I don't think we're ever gonna get like a champion Link moveset like how some people wanted. I feel like Link's moveset
Honestly,
stays
oh
consistent
yeah,
throughout the games, but I feel like there are some differences that can be made to this Link, you know?
I guess like another thing that I could add is that this version of Link did get slightly reworked with a few movesets. A lot of people seem to also want to have a reboot of this franchise, and I have no idea what the fuck that means for this franchise.
Me
Like,
either. What the fuck does that mean?
and like
Like,
the only thing that I seem to understand is that some people want movesets to be reworked, but all I can really say is that I don't think that really applies to all the characters. there are characters that I would love to get
yes.
reworked. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that justifies the
Mhm.
reboots. And I feel like the reboot idea would make people more angry because that would be a
Yeah.
significantly smaller roster. From my idea of what a reboot is like, I don't know,
Not only
going
that,
back to
but
basics.
exactly. And not only that, I feel like in a Link specific case, Link is one of those characters that I don't think should be rebooted. I feel like aspects of his moveset should be updated to fit the newest mainline
Yeah,
Zelda game.
I somewhat feel similarly to Mario to make room for like
Because
Odyssey as opposed to
yeah,
just keeping
exactly.
Flood from Sunshine, which is
hmm
what
Or like
2000.
adding something for Donkey Kong from Bonanza, or
Yeah,
something for Samus. But I don't see like,
I don't see a
you know,
whole big
there being a
thing.
champion Link moveset, because I remember a lot of people wanted a champion Link moveset with like all the champion abilities and like all the different weapons and shit. And it's like, you guys are gonna be complaining that that's outdated by the time the next Smash game comes out. Why? I already know this because you fuckers complain about Flood.
Yeah. Um. Okay,
I
so
think we
I'm
can.
not.
I think we can put like Yoshi and the others as
Yeah,
well
yeah.
up
I'll
there.
get to that. I kind of just want to talk about the since Dark Samus is here. It's like I'm. For those that don't know, I've organized this based off like how the roster is organized. So the Echo Fighters are right next to their their main counterpart type of thing. You
Yeah,
basically talked about that the Echo Fighters are more than likely going to come back because
yeah,
they
because they don't take up. They barely take up any development time, and in Dark Samus's case, they already have the animations, and the moveset is almost the exact same as regular Samus.
yeah. I
So
wasn't sure
I feel
about
like there are
see
only some number differences with them.
I wasn't really sure where my stance of the Echo Fighters as a whole was going to be because, like, it's like you said, like, the development time was a factor. But, like, every
Mhm.
time these conversations about who's going to be cut from the next Smash games or whatever, 9 times out of 10 people always look at the clones. And when
Yeah,
Smash 4
because
came
that's what
out,
happened with Brawl and Melee.
yeah,
I mean, from Melee to Brawl.
yeah, and when by the time Smash 4 came out and we got like Lucina, Dark Pit, and Doc back, like that went out the window. Like, okay, clone characters are definitely still going to be a factor, and by Ultimate with the Echo Fighters
Exactly.
thing, it definitely became more of a factor. So unless
I
this,
feel like
so unless the
if the
reboot
original comes back,
idea,
I feel like the Echo comes back.
yeah,
That's
and
my
there's
take.
also like they're also just Echo Fighters. I just wouldn't cut as well. Like there are some characters in here that I feel like would feel. I feel like they've already made their place in Smash.
100%.
Dark Samus isn't one of them for me personally, but we'll
Dark
get
Spammies.
Dark Spamus. You know what? That's a very fitting name. All right, we can put
Yeah.
Yoshi, Kirby,
Yeah. The thing with Dark
Fox,
Samus
and
is
Pika
that
up
she
here,
is an
and
outdated
Luigi.
character, I will say, because I don't even think she was in Prime 4. Like, she died in Prime 3.
You're talking about Dark Samus?
So, yeah, Dark
Yeah, no,
Samus.
Dark Samus.
So,
Dark Samus was like 2000, so she was not in any of the newer ones.
exactly. So I feel like I don't know if we have another Samus clone running around besides SAX, I think it was called.
Unless you really want to make Fusion Samus like a separate thing, but
Exactly, but even then, like, nah, I feel like Dark Samus is gonna come back for sure. And if they can update, like, I don't know, because she had as an assist trophy, she had like different abilities. If they could just give like 2 or 3 of those, like to Samus, that means to Dark Samus, that'd be cool.
yeah, yeah.
But I don't see
This
the
is
way she is now. I just don't see her like leaving anytime soon.
yeah. Also, I'm just looking at this from the perspective that I do not think a single one of these characters are going to get reworked. Much to my dismay on some characters. Maybe they'll get like
Mhm.
tiny tweaks at best, but like
Yeah,
I'm
like
just gonna
Sakurai.
I'm just gonna assume that
Sakurai's not the type of
Samus.
person to like completely change a move set, and there have been only a handful of times where he's like completely reworked like half of a character's moveset, and it's never the whole thing. It's always like about half of it. Like the only two characters that come to mind at the moment are Smash 4 Bowser and Smash 4 Pit.
Yeah. Okay, so I also put Yoshi, Fox, Kirby, and Pika and Luigi up here and
Yeah, I
guarantee.
mean, Kirby had the Forgotten Land coming out. Yoshi has a new game coming out. Fox was in the Mario movie and has a new game coming out, which is just a remake of the first one. Pikachu's Pikachu and Luigi's Luigi.
Now
He's Luigi.
I now
Okay? Luigi?
I think it's to me safe to put Ness up here because
Mhm.
the only time Ness was considered to be cut was in Melee to make room for Lucas, but even then they walked back on this decision. I think
Yeah.
at this point in time, we can confidently say that I think the original 12 might be safe.
Hmm.
Since they've actually have like maybe there could have been a conversation if one of them did get cut at some point.
Yeah.
With that being said, Captain Falcon, I'm sorry to say this, Noah, but he is 1000% coming back. You don't
Yeah. Captain
this
Falcon is way too iconic.
just because his series is dead, that does not mean the character isn't this is one of the most one of, if not the most popular character in this fucking franchise. You cut him, you're gonna start a riot.
Literally. No, it's gonna get worse than how when Roy and Mewtwo were cut.
Yeah.
Because like so much of Smash's iconography comes from this character. The
And I
knee of justice, the Falcon punch.
And you know what? Another factor that I'm considering is that I do think Smash Bros. Iconography is a huge reason why some characters that you might make the argument should get cut or whatever are the reason, like their iconography in Smash are the reason why they won't get cut.
I
Um,
agree.
and Captain Falcon is 1000% one of those characters. If he had like nothing going
Hmm.
for him, then maybe whatever. But like,
Yeah, literally. If it was
but
like,
even then, like this is a franchise where
mhm,
like every one of these characters have like it's someone's favorite. So like,
yeah. But in this case, I feel like Captain Falcon, literally like he is the iconic Smash Bros. Character, you know?
mm-hmm.
So I don't see him getting cut anytime soon at all.
Okay. Now I want to put Jigglypuff up here, but if there was gonna be an original 12 character that could get cut, it would be
It'd
Jigglypuff.
be Jiggles.
It would be Jigglypuff. Because,
Like Jigglypuff has been Jigglypuff was added last minute to Smash 64.
yeah.
She was gonna get cut from Melee. She almost got cut from Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
The only game aside from Smash Ultimate, which is everyone is here, that she was not planned to get cut from was 4.
I think by that point, again, like,
By
see,
that
I
point,
know,
like Jigglypuff was such a mainstay.
see, yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know I said that because of those issues, that it pretty much does not mean that the original 12 are not immune to getting cut. But considering the fact that they have been in every game before the Everyone is Here, even if the
Hmm.
chances of them almost getting cut significantly, like, you know, like I said, like Ness almost got cut, Jigglypuff almost got cut. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's safe to say
I
that
mean,
all these characters minus Ness once, and then Jigglypuff had like 2 other occasions where she almost got cut. I guess 3 if you want to
yeah.
count 64. I guess these guys are immune, but maybe you could put her here, like. She's more than
I
likely
would
going to
say
come back, but
Jigglypuff of the high chances is the most likely to come back.
yeah.
Next to like Dark Samus, because like obviously Dark
I'm
Samus
not or I'm not
is an
or-
Echo
I'm
fighter
not
that takes like
ordering.
almost no
Yeah,
development time.
I'm not ordering these, by the way, so I'm not saying that Dark Samus has a higher chance to come back than Jigglypuff.
Oh
I'm
no, I
just
know what
putting
you
this
mean. I
in.
know what you
Yeah,
mean. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
I just want to clarify that this is not ranked. I'm just putting them
yeah.
here. But yeah, I think her chance, the amount of time she almost got cut, does not secure her and 100% guarantee, but
Mm,
still probably a high chance that she'll come back, more
yeah,
than likely. Um,
exactly.
I think okay, so I'm gonna say this.
Peach is not getting cut.
I was gonna say I feel like a lot of the melee characters are gonna stay, and
Nah, I feel like any character that made it from between Melee to 4 is staying.
yeah. So Peach and Bowser are staying, and even then, like
Mm.
even if there wasn't a chance that a melee character could get cut, these two are like
This
like
is this is the first lady of Nintendo and the first villain of Nintendo. Like we're not cutting them.
yeah, and like Daisy's only here because Echo Fighter, but even so,
Yeah. Even then, I feel like again, my take: if the original comes back, the Echo is probably gonna come back, and also Daisy. Spoiler, but Daisy was the post credits secret scene, whatever the fuck character in the second Mario movie.
oh yeah, so more marketing.
Exactly. So I don't
Okay.
see her. I don't see her getting cut.
Okay, I don't see Ice Climbers getting cut either because, you know, Smash 4 was like
Yeah, the only reason why
the
was
only
because
reason why they cut Ice Climbers from Smash 4 is because of the technical limitations on the fucking 3DS version.
yeah,
Like if it weren't
literally
for
were
that, we
not for
would have had
that.
Ice Climbers again. And
Hmm.
the Switch 2 is not going to have that same limitation. The Switch 1 didn't have this problem, Switch 2 is not going to have it. And I know there are people that dread for the idea of Ice Climbers coming back, but yeah.
I just
Um,
don't see it happening.
Even, and again, going back to the whole, I know, dead game, dead franchise, but there's just
Okay, but Ice Climbers is like, okay, Sakura has always made an exception for, he's always had like at least a couple slots for old dead franchises. Like
yeah,
for Melee, it was the Game and Watch franchise. For Brawl, it was Kid Icarus and, technically Rob as well. For Smash 4, it was Duck Hunt. Like, these are games that are pretty much dead, or in Kid Icarus's time, dead, and then dead again after
yeah,
4.
pretty much.
So it's not like, if their franchise is dead, that doesn't mean that they're not coming back.
Yeah. That was my main point for why, for Captain Falcon especially, but Ice Climbers has a huge, and again,
well, Captain Falcon is like the poster child of that, but
yeah,
because
I mean, and you can also make the
iconography status.
and you can also make the argument that Ice Climbers also has like their own iconography because they've been infamous in Melee and Brawl's metagame.
I would say they're more infamous
for the longest time. But I think Ultimate struck a balance in actually making these characters work functionally without fucking enraging people. But
I feel like Captain Falcon is the icon for the casuals, and then for like the competitive players, it's Ice Climbers.
That being said, going back to the iconography for Smash, it's another reason why Sheik is 1000%. Sheik and Zelda, 1000% coming back.
Yeah, Zelda again. If Peach is the first princess of Nintendo, Zelda's the second.
And Sheik, okay, let's pretend that the Melee to Smash to Ultimate, Melee to Smash 4 people are not immune, and maybe we are going to cut characters that are not relevant. Sheik has still had a huge impact in Smash Bros. As a whole. Like, I don't know, there just never comes a point in which whenever I think about Smash Bros, even from a competitive landscape, Sheik is just always in the forefront in there. So like, there's
exactly like Sheik is always like among the first characters to be announced.
Yeah,
like in Melee, she was in the first trailer. In Brawl, like Zelda and Sheik were announced together, like relatively early on as well. And the same thing for like Smash 4.
And even though that these two are separate, they've been like together throughout, like for almost like for Melee and Brawl. Like, so I feel like you just can't keep Zelda and then just get rid of Sheik. I don't know. I feel like it's just a core part of their identity now.
Yeah. But also, like, are we really gonna get rid of one of the only unique fighters in the Zelda roster?
No, yeah, you're also not doing that. There's not enough Zelda representations right now. Even though you can add more Zelda characters. I'm just saying, but
yeah, exactly. Impa, Raru.
Okay, and Dr. Mario. Honestly, I probably should put him at 100%, considering that the only
high chance.
Yeah, I'll put him in high chance as well because, like, who knows of this whole reboot idea? Like, they were like, you know what, no more clones, so like, I don't want to give it to 100%. But Dr. Mario, I'm gonna say this I could probably make another tier and put in a 90% and put Dr. Mario up there because Dr. Mario only got cut from Brawl because of time constraints. Had it not been for that, Dr. Mario would have been in every title since Melee, starting from Melee onwards.
And then the only reason why I put high chance is because he's not labeled as an Echo, even though he 100% should.
He should have been, but I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
And the same applies to Pichu in that front, I guess.
Oh yeah, Pichu. Pichu will. I have a different take for Pichu as well.
Okay.
We'll actually explore some of the lower tiers. But yeah, Dr. Mario.
That's literally my only reason thus far for like why I would put him in 75% chance. Otherwise, like he'd be up there. He'd be up there with like the mainstays.
Yeah. Pichu. Probably a low chance for me.
Honestly, same.
Because I feel, even though we did have Plus Level Minum potentially trying to replace Pichu at some point, Smash 4 did come and they did not bring Pichu back. It really felt like if Ultimate was not the everyone is here game, I probably would have never seen this character again.
Literally.
I don't think it's a 0% chance because, again, I'm looking at it from Sakurai's point of view, trying to think if he wants to have his cake and eat it too type of thing. Like, realistically, if he could keep all these characters, I'm pretty sure he would. And Pichu, like,
Pichu is just a more glass cannon-y take on Pikachu, and Pikachu is already like hit and run like glass
He's not a
cannon.
0% because he's still a Nintendo rep. I think a character that would go
Mm-hmm.
as 0% would be one of the third parties. Because
Agreed.
that's a licensing thing. Nintendo has access to all the Nintendo franchises, so if they really wanted to bring back
Mm-hmm.
Pichu back, no one's stopping them. But it's more like,
Exactly.
would you really want Pichu back as opposed to like maybe using that spot for another Pokemon character? Or
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And I guarantee you, if Ultimate wasn't the everyone is here thing, I guarantee you we would have got another Smash game without Pichu. Guarantee.
Agreed. Yeah, I have zero doubt in my mind.
Falco and Martha are staying.
Oh, 100%. Marth is the face of Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem is pretty big, and Falco, I feel like he's just up there in terms of competitive iconography, and
Yes.
also he's never missed a game.
Yep. And elaborating more on Marth, he's one of the characters that pretty much like brought like
He's the face of his franchise.
exactly like there. I know I know in the past you've mentioned that there's another Fire Emblem character that probably deserves to stay in Smash, probably even more than Marth, but Marth is the face of Smash, is the face of Fire Emblem for
Hmm.
Smash. So like the franchise wouldn't have been where it is today if it weren't for Marth's introduction in Melee. Marth and Roy,
I don't think
more
he's
so
just the
Marth
face of Fire Emblem in Smash. I feel like he's the face of Fire Emblem,
in
period.
general. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because he's appeared in the most games. I think his games have had the most like remakes. Um, like he is the face. Like when they announced the Fire Emblem Engage, which was their like anniversary game, Marth was at the forefront with the main protagonist of that game.
Mm.
So I
Okay.
don't see Marth,
Yeah.
leaving anytime soon.
And even
Plus, his
then,
tipper mechanic is iconic.
Marth super yeah, exactly. Very very highly regarded in the competitive landscape.
Mm.
Very
Like
iconic
this is a
character.
character whose mechanic is being replicated in like other platform fighters, like with Clarin and Rivals of Ether. This is, they're not cutting Marth.
They're not. They're not. In a
Hmm.
similar vein, I also don't think they're going to cut Lucina as well. I put her a
I
high
agree.
chance, just more so for the Echo Fighter
Hmm.
concept. But even so, I think Lucina even has a much higher chance because of the game that she's from. Fire Emblem
Exactly.
Awakening is the sole reason. Fire Emblem Awakening
Why we still have
succeeding
Fire
is
Emblem.
the reason why Fire Emblem is still going today. If that game would have sold
Hmm.
poorly, Fire Emblem would have been dead. So Fire Emblem
Hmm.
Awakening, honestly, it's probably the game I justify having the most amount of reps on. And
Yeah.
Lucina, on top of that, also justifies herself existing because her gameplay is
Hmm.
significantly different from Marth. Marth requires as a tipper mechanic, which, if you nail the tipper, yeah, you do a shitload of damage. Lucina
Yeah,
is a
that's
more
another thing. Of the Echoes, Lucina is probably the best received one
yes. Because let's be honest,
because it's like it's a mechanic change.
yeah. Because let's be honest with you,
Like
a lot of the Echo fighters have almost no differences to them.
Daisy has like almost no
The
differences.
Belmont, like Richter,
She did in the first like before Smash Ultimate got its first patch. Her turnips actually had Smash 4 numbers.
okay,
So they were different from Peaches. So there was a reason for you to use different. And even then, like for the next Smash game, what they could do like with the turnips for Daisy is have hers be more uniform, have them do uniform damage, whereas Peach can like have the Stitch face and like the normal face and like all the
yeah,
in
like even
betweens.
even minor changes because like the thing is like
Hmm.
Lucina's change isn't super drastic in this, and even super
It's
drastic on
literally a
Lucina's
numbers change.
exactly, and that numbers change is exactly what shaped Lucina to be considered to be the more consistent character of the two. So much so that
Hmm.
in Ultimate's metagame, Marth for the first time like ever, except maybe Smash 4 at launch, is like considered bottom tier in this game. Meanwhile, Lucina has like
Yeah.
a healthy spot in this fucking metagame. Um,
It's funny. All the Marth clones do well except Marth.
it's funny because I think this is like the biggest gap between an Echo Fighter and their original counterpart. Because everyone else they're either
Yeah,
ranked the same or not too far from each other. Um,
because it's a successful mechanic change. Like I feel like the characters that have the best echoes are the ones with that have a mechanical difference to them.
yeah,
Like for instance, like Pit and Dark Pit are not like the greatest echoes.
no,
I feel like, um, whereas like Crom versus Roy, perfect. Marth versus Lucina, perfect. Like you can, this is something where there is a tangible difference, but their movesets are still the same.
Oh yeah, Roy and Crom is also a really big gap, but not in favor of the Echo.
No, I know.
um,
And it'd be cool to see more echoes like that. Like, I'm not advocating for this, but if we got like Riolu as a Lucario echo with Riolu having more uniform damage, that would be
that's
cool.
disgusting. Don't never suggest that again.
or an echo for like the Aegis where there's like it's something in between Pyra and Mithra in terms of like damage and speed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not advocating for these, but these are like
I
feel like these ideas
there is only
would do
one
well.
there is one echo. There is one character that has echo fighter potential that I would want to see, but we'll get to it when we get to that character. Okay. This one I don't know. I don't know where to put Young Link.
Okay.
Cuz I want to put him I'm between maybe or low chance.
Okay. Hot take, I think he has a higher chance than Toon Link.
Really?
Yeah, because so there's a rumor that the same guy that predicted that the Star Fox would get a new game.
Oh, that's right. The Ocarina of Time
would get a remake by December, I think, of this year. So I feel like Young Link has a higher chance than Toon Link, whereas Toon Link
has
not had a new game since Spirit Tracks.
And
which was like what 2012,
and then after that you got Wind Waker HD on Wii U. It's like,
but Smash Bros doesn't really they don't really take into consideration remakes much, which is also another thing.
I'll put them on maybe, because even taking into your account, weirdly enough, even around the time because around when Smash 4 came out, Majora's Mask 3D came out or was coming.
True.
Spirit, not much has changed with Toon Link except maybe Wind Waker HD and Majora's Mask 3D. I feel like even despite
at that point, between Brawl and Smash 4, Toon Link had already had 2 new games, so...
Yeah. Either way...
Link was getting a remake.
I'm gonna play it safe and put him at 50% because I do think the gap between... him not being in Brawl and Smash 4 is a bit of a weird one, and then Toon Link, meanwhile, did come back in Smash 4.
I feel like we don't need the 3 links together. We could just have the 2.
Yeah, I'm wondering what they're gonna do.
Toon Link pretty much fill the same niche as the faster but weaker Link.
So, do you think? Actually, I don't know, because it's an Ocarina of Time remake, not a Majora's Mask remake. Because I was thinking, do you think they should implement Majora's Mask elements into Young Link's gameplay?
So when I was making, because I had 2 roster ideas. One where everybody came back and it was just Smash Ultimate Plus.
Smash Ultimate and Knuckles.
Literally,
everyone is here in Knuckles.
I ended up having this idea where it's the way that we could best separate them is by not only giving Young Link Majora's Mask elements, which I feel like they could implement it as a stance change mechanic, whereas he doesn't have to transform, but maybe the Goron mask makes him slower but stronger. The Deku mask makes him weaker but faster, and then the Zora mask is an in-between of all of them. Or even the secret techniques from Twilight Princess, since it's this Link who ends up teaching the secret techniques to the Twilight Princess Link. There's a lot you could do with Young Link that I know they're not gonna do.
Yeah, I know. So they're probably just gonna put Young Link, maybe.
I think what's actually gonna happen is that we're gonna get the Link, some people are calling him Toy Link, which is the Link from the A Link's Awakening / Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, I think we're gonna get that Link to replace Toon Link, because Toon Link has not had a game since Spirit Tracks, and this one has already appeared in 2 of them. Okay. One of them being a remake, but another one being an actual game.
That's fair. Yeah, I'll elaborate more. So
we can put him at 25.
I'll comfortably put him at. I'll comfortably put him at 50-50 because there's that part of me that will be they'll probably just end up putting both of them again anyway. There's that weird sense that they'll probably end up doing that as well, if not get rid of both of them.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
All right,
But I will say though, I
Okay.
feel that were it not for Ultimate, we wouldn't have never seen Young Link again.
That's another factor. I almost
Mhm.
wanted to put him at 25% because of that.
Yeah.
But I I weirdly feel like there's a bigger chance of Young Link coming back than Young Link and Toon Link coming back than Pichu.
Right? It's weird. But
Yeah.
yeah, now time for the big bad.
Okay. All right. Ganondorf is staying. However, this is the first of two characters that I personally would heavily want to rework.
Same. And I
Fine.
feel like
I was fine with the reason for him being a clone in Melee, but by Brawl onwards, that's enough. This man should not be a
mhm.
Captain Falcon clone
No.
in the
And the
20.
easy fix would be to like introduce like Black Shadow or Deathborn, two F-Zero villains, into Smash, and then just give them Ganondorf's current moveset,
Yeah,
and
like
then
and then
give Ganondorf something different.
yeah, like in the big 2027, Ganondorf still playing similar to Captain Falcon is fucking ridiculous.
Ganondorf not having any of his iconic abilities from like Legend of Zelda is stupid. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So please, I know you're not gonna do it because like you've had 3 games to do it, but you didn't. But
Mhm.
like, so I'm predicting normal ass Ganondorf that we're all gonna love and have fun with, but he's still gonna be a bottom tier.
Yeah,
um, I think Mewtwo's coming back. Um,
agreed.
and I weirdly, I'm gonna, I weirdly kind of see Roy being. I see Roy coming back. I think it's more like a 75% chance more than 100%
Yeah,
chance though.
I
Cause
would put
like
up Roy at 75.
cause like
I feel like Mewtwo's more likely.
Mewtwo's more likely, especially considering the fact that of the Forbidden 7, Mewtwo was the closest to be finished. So like in some
Mm.
alternate timeline where Brawl was just delayed a little bit more, Mewtwo would have definitely been made it into the roster.
Yeah.
I think Roy has a higher chance because since the only reason why he got cut in Brawl is due to time constraints, and so there was a good chance that Roy was going to be in all the games.
Mhm.
But I do think combined with the whole like, oh, we got too many Fire Emblem characters and all that stuff, I can kind of see them maybe considering it, but I just don't think they would cut Roy. I feel like Roy is too much of a fan
Yeah.
favorite. He's one of the other two. He's one of the 2 Fire Emblem characters that sort of represent the, introducing Fire Emblem to outside of Western audiences. I just don't
Mhm.
see why they would cut Roy.
Agreed.
But I do think, and I
And
do
I
think Mewtwo has a much higher chance because he's a very popular
yeah.
Pokemon. His
I
reasons for
mean, not
getting
only
cut.
that, but like Mewtwo was the first character to be revealed for the DLC, and it was this
That was a
huge.
big
It
deal
was a
too.
big deal. Hmm.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like Mewtwo in general is just more popular than Roy,
Yes.
and
More
and
iconic.
a big part of that is because of Pokemon being much more popular than Fire Emblem.
That yeah, and also Roy. I mean, Roy technically debuted in Melee. Like his inclusion in Melee was more so to advertise his game.
Yeah.
So yeah. Meanwhile, Mewtwo has already been an
Hmm.
established popular mon since the '90s. But even so, I
Exactly.
generally do not see them cutting Roy. Um,
Hmm.
Now Crom on the other
Nah, I
hand,
feel like Roy. Again, I feel like Roy's a 75%
yeah,
chance.
Roy's 75% is probably more.
Yeah, I put
I
Crom on the same boat.
really.
That okay, Crom is the one character where I see being the exception to like the Echo. If the original comes back, the Echo has to come back. As
Hmm.
in, Crom, I feel like is more likely to come back than Roy, if I'm being honest.
That's see. I kind of agree because again the Fire Emblem Awakening representation type of thing
Right.
is too strong and like I would probably would want Crom. I was like probably gonna
But
consider him at
also,
fifty
like,
percent, but like because we already
Crom
have the
was
two
like
other.
really big with Japanese audiences. Like,
Mm,
even Sakura like highlighted that
okay,
in the direct where Crom was revealed.
I will say this: it is kind of bizarre that he wasn't introduced in Smash Four. I'm glad he's in this, and
Hmm.
I did find it weird because I thought he was. I thought they were gonna put him instead of Lucina.
Same, same, because Crom is the protagonist of that game. Like
Well,
Lucina is a big character in Fire Emblem Awakening as well, but like Crom is like
the main
next to Robin, Crom is the most important character.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
That you convinced me. I was almost about to put him in maybe, but I think you convinced me on that one.
Yeah.
Game Watch is coming back.
Oh, 100%.
So
Game & Watch was even in the fucking Mario movie.
exactly. So is Meta Knight.
Meta Knight's coming back. This
Let me just put this, like, all the fucking Sakurai
babies.
characters, all the Sakurai characters are coming back. Dark Pit is coming
Yeah.
back. I'm gonna put him at 75% just for the fuck of it.
I feel like Dark Pit of all the echoes, I feel like he is the one to be the best candidate for a costume. Because the whole point of so in Kid Icarus, the whole point of Dark Pit and Pit's relationship is that they are literal. Dark Pit is a literal copy of Pit.
Right.
Like there was this story-wise, there was this mirror that basically made an incomplete copy of Pit, and that ended up being Dark Pit. They have like the same abilities, they play the same in the game.
Okay.
Like people are like, oh, but like different, he could use different weapons and stuff. Like
they're not gonna do that.
Dark Pit's main weapon in the game is a silver bow, which is identical to the Palutena bow in terms of aesthetics, and in terms of like how it's used. So I don't see them changing that, and they even highlighted that in the fucking in the Palutena's guidance. They highlighted that Dark Pit and Pit have the same stats, same everything, and that it would be like a perfectly even match. So I feel like Dark Pit is the most likely to become a costume. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I see your point on that one, and I'm not disagreeing. However, we got a lot of edgy fucks out there that really like Dark Pit, even though the gap is not big. It's pretty much agreed upon. It's pretty much agreed upon that Pit is just objectively better than Dark Pit.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, Dark Pit's bow doesn't even work like how it does in the game.
It's crazy. His bow sucks also in Smash. Pit's bows control so much better. But
it'd be cool if Dark Pit's bow did more damage. It wouldn't be like how it is in the games, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, I feel like Dark Pit. I feel like the big difference could have been that Dark Pit should have just been a bit stronger than Pit, maybe like a much stronger knockback. And then Pit,
lore-wise, what you could do, what Sakurai could have done is have Pit be faster on the ground and Dark Pit be faster in the air.
Okay.
Because at one point, it's basically highlighted within the story of Kid Icarus Uprising that Pit cannot fly, and that he needs Palutena's help to fly. Whereas Dark Pit at one point absorbed the essence of a goddess called Pandora, and he was able to fly for some time with that. He eventually loses that power, but I could see that translating into Dark Pit being better in the air, Pit being better on the ground.
Okay. That's I like that.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
They're not gonna do that, but it'd be cool. And also, I just feel like Dark Pit's like too beloved that they wouldn't put him as a costume. He was already a costume in Brawl, but now that they made him his own character and people like him, Zero Suit Stang, Wario Stang.
Yeah.
Okay, Snake.
I think Snake is gonna be our first cut character.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, I like Snake. I think it'd be cool if he came back for sure. And next to Sonic, I feel like of the third parties, he is probably the one who deserves the most to come back. However,
I put him below.
Snake was not in Smash 4, and we have no idea why. The only thing that we can speculate on is fucking
Konami.
Motherfucker, what's it called? Licensing issues with Konami.
I'm gonna disagree. I think Snake goes below Mega Man and Pac-Man. I would prioritize Sonic, Mega Man, and Pac-Man more than Snake. Yeah. I feel like just side tangent. Sonic
Nintendo really loves this. Them having Pac-Man, Mega Man, Sonic, and Mario within the same game.
Yes, exactly. That is one factor. That is one big factor. Also, Capcom, very, fighting game heavy. So is Namco, and Namco is also the one that balanced the game. I feel like their chances of coming back is much higher than Snake's, even with the Konami.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So I would put Snake. I would put Snake fourth behind those other those three.
I think it's gonna be cut. But I'm willing to split the difference and put him in 25.
Yeah, I was thinking. Before we elaborate, is there a character that you're seeing that you feel like has a stronger chance of being cut? Because I put this tier.
There's a couple.
I put this tier kind of like
there's like maybe one or two more that I think are gonna get cut, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
We'll get to them when we get to them.
Yeah, it's just like it's very tricky. I honestly just wish I could just put the third party characters a bit separate because like the third party characters are like the one group of characters where I'm like, there's a possibility they might not come back, but like
the third parties are the ones that are most likely to get cut.
I don't know what Nintendo's relationship with Konami is. But they were able to not only put Snake, but they also put the Belmonts. So there's probably
but the thing is, Konami's been, especially when Smash Ultimate was in development / like in the eye of Nintendo, like getting updates and shit. Konami was pushing Castlevania, like they had the Castlevania anime, both of them. They had that one Castlevania mobile game that they were pushing as well. So I don't know, but they're not doing anything with Castlevania right now.
Okay. The
thing is, like, they have not been pushing Metal Gear that much, with the exception of the Metal Gear 3 remake.
I mean, it doesn't help the fact that Kojima's just not really involved with MGS anymore.
That too.
That is also a big factor.
I think he is likely to get cut.
I'll put him in cut. I feel like it's a blessing that we got him in Ultimate.
Agreed.
Ike is staying. Pokemon Trainer staying.
Yeah, I don't see them cutting Pokemon Trainer.
Diddy is staying. Okay. Why was Lucas DLC in Smash 4? I never understood that.
I think it was a development time issue. Because we know that a lot of development time went into the custom moves. We know that originally, like, there was if I find it, I'll send it to you. But in the original pitch for Smash 4, there is a section for custom moves, and they were gonna have 3 variants of each custom move. I mean, of each special move. However, then it was cut to 2, and I feel like some of the clone characters, namely Wolf and Lucas, were cut because of that, and as such, we see remnants of them in Ness, Fox, and Falco's customs.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if it's a time constraint thing, and Mother 3 is a very beloved title. I think it's probably good. I think Lucas is fine.
I mean, I would have put him in 75.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe high
but
chance.
I feel like he would be. I feel like he's likely to come back. He's very likely.
He's very likely. I'll leave him at high chance. But I almost feel like he's just like a 90% for me personally.
Yeah. Sonic is an honorary Nintendo character at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Just elaborate a little bit more. I feel like Ike is just too popular nowadays, and again, the Fire Emblem impact. Pokemon Trainer was only cut in Smash 4 because of 3DS. Diddy is Diddy. I mean, okay, Diddy is DK's homie.
Exactly. I feel like Ike is in a similar boat to in terms of like Fire Emblem characters. I feel like he's in a similar boat to Roy, where he's where he's likely to return. I don't think he's 100%.
You want to put him at
I don't mind putting him in 100% because again, he's never missed a game.
I was gonna say because with Roy he did. With Ike has been going strong for a while, and then
exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, you can argue that he was added in Smash 4 because
Radiant Dawn.
Ike had a sequel game in After Brawl, and also like those sequel games in Fire Emblem are pretty rare. As in like continuations of that character story, because like Fire Emblem operates like Final Fantasy in that each title is sort of separate. It's in its own continuity. Kind of. There are some that are connected, like we know Awakening and Marth's games are connected. Same with the one that Alm and Silic are from, which I forget what they're called.
But I don't know. Yeah. I feel like even despite that, because Ike
they're mostly like their own.
But I think even with that, I feel like because Ike has been around for a while now, he's just kind of already left his mark, and he hasn't missed out on a game, regardless of the reason why they kept him in Smash 4 or not. Is almost irrelevant. I feel. Because he's been
because
around.
Again, like they could have just like had Robin, Lucina, and Marth, and then just called it a day.
Exactly, but Ike came back.
But they chose to bring back Ike. So
yeah, And
Yeah.
Sonic, come on. Like, you're not gonna try and get another Smash title and miss out on the rivalry between Mario and Sonic.
Exactly.
So but I will say, my second character that I would love to get a rework. I hate Sonic's movesets.
Yes, I feel like okay. Let's just it's. I feel like it's just like minor tweaks that we could do. Like give him a different side special, give him the boost.
Honestly, what they did with Project M is pretty good. Like, they need to do something
Exactly.
similar
Do
to it.
that. Do that.
And
Give him
like
the
maybe
boost.
and like
Give him the Sonic
maybe
Eagle, and give him like the breakdance attack.
yeah.
Okay. The
Um
Sonic breakdance is in pretty much every game. Okay.
and
He
now
needs this.
and now on another side tangent, it is absolutely fucking criminal that you had the fucking Echo Fighter like concept but didn't include Shadow. Like, really?
That's crazy.
Like, that was like the perfect time to add them. So like, if the Echo Fighters do come
Mhm.
back, I feel like they need to. It would be criminal if they made Shadow an assist trophy like that. You know, like, again,
Yeah.
it would be absolutely criminal. I already think it's
I'd
a
be
wasted
damned.
I already think it's already a wasted opportunity in this game.
Mhm.
I'd be damned if they did that shit again. DD staying.
Agreed. Yeah.
Um,
Olimar's staying.
you think Olimar's
Like Pikmin
100%?
had a new game not too
Yeah.
long
Okay.
ago.
Yeah.
Olimar has never missed a Pikmin game, has never missed a Smash Bros. Game. One thing I do want from Olimar, I want his fucking voice in the game.
Okay.
Because Olimar in Pikmin has the funniest voice ever. He sounds really deep and goes, "Woo, woo, woo, woo."
I mean, if they manage to get English Marth and Roy, who knows? Anything's possible.
Literally. So I want not only Olimar, I want his voice in the game.
Now, I think Lucario is at 100%, but I'm going to assume
I
you think it's
agree,
a 70.
actually.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Because, okay, hear me out. Lucario is kind of up there in terms of Pokemon's like face, like in terms of mascot characters for Pokemon. He is up there with the Charizard and with Eevee and even Gardevoir. Like he was one of the first characters revealed for Pokken. I think the first character revealed for Pokken actually.
Probably.
He was in the starting roster for Pokemon Unite. He has never missed a Pokemon game. He's never been DLC in a Pokemon game.
Yeah, and
Like,
not to mention,
and also like Lucario always has prominence in the Pokemon anime.
yeah, especially now that Ash has owned one, he's just pretty much just
Yeah,
going up in the
Roy
iconography.
has a Lucario right now.
Yeah. And not only that, but like even going back to Smash 4, where we probably thought that it was a, I think back in Smash 4 we would have put him at like a maybe or high chance type of tier. But then at the time Smash 4, that was when the Mega Evolution was like a big deal, and every Pokemon, like all the Pokemon, or almost all the Pokemon that, because like I guess Pikachu, Jigglypuff, and Greninja, but the rest of them, all of them could Mega Evolve. Lucario, Mewtwo, Charizard, like the entire Mega Evolution concept was a big deal at the time. So like they were gonna market it like to hell and back during that time period.
Yeah,
And I think that just solidified Lucario as a mainstay in Smash Brothers. On top of like his impact in and the franchise in general, like with all the examples you just mentioned. I didn't even think about like the fact that he wasn't even like cut from a
like
Pokemon
even in
game.
fucking Champions, like you know which Pokemon they put in the front of the trailer, like at the ending shot, it was Pikachu, Charizard, Gardevoir, and Lucario.
Look at that, homies.
Exactly.
I think Rob's coming back.
Absolutely. Rob was in fucking Mario movie as well. Like,
okay, so I know we were just talking a little bit about Toon Link and Young Link, but honestly, I don't know what the direction is. Honestly, these two next to each other in the 50-50 make a perfect 50-50.
I agree. We know one of them might be coming back or being replaced. That's all we know.
Or neither of them. Who knows? We don't know.
That'd be crazy if it was neither.
Now I think Wolf.
I think Wolf is a high chance.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Wolf is a high chance. If the reason why he got cut was because of the custom movesets, then that means that there's probably a good chance that if Smash 4 did not focus on those god awful, atrocious, trash custom moves that nobody and their moms liked, then Wolf would have probably been in Smash 4.
Moms liked unlocking, like that they didn't like using.
Yeah, and then like the brief period in time where it was used in tournament play, and they were the most busted fucking shit ever.
Not to mention they didn't even give custom moves to like the DLC characters.
The only characters, I mean, they got banned after like around the time Mewtwo came out, but like the only characters that utilized the custom moves well were Palutena and the Miis.
Exactly.
And even then, it's like,
And
but
even then, Palutena felt like an incomplete character. And the Mies makes sense to have customs because like it's the customizable character. Like, come on.
yeah. I think Wolf should have a solid chance, especially now with Star Fox kind of getting attention now.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like, oh, who knows? Maybe give us. Well,
I
I
feel
want
like
to. I
okay,
want to
I think
say,
he's less likely to return than Falco, but I feel like
yeah.
I feel like he's more likely than some of these other characters. Like I feel like he's
I
more likely than the Lynx, say for
yeah
like the OG Link. I think he's more likely than Pichu, and I think he's more likely than Snake.
yeah. Hence why he's above those characters in this list.
Yeah. I
Okay. What are we thinking with Villager? Because
think he's
like,
returning.
yeah,
Like Animal Crossing is
I
huge.
don't know why like there was like this weird conversation like if there was a like that he was gonna get replaced by like I don't know maybe Tom
Dog,
Nook
this is
or
the
whatever.
main playable character in fucking Animal Crossing. Like, come
Okay.
on.
Yeah, I figured he would be returning anyway. I didn't really feel too strongly about why Villager would get cut
Hmm.
anyway. Mega Man is staying.
Absolutely.
Mega Man's being treated much better here than with anything Capcom has been doing, so why not?
I mean, literally, dead ass.
I don't see them cutting Wii Fit Trainer at all.
Me either. Cause
Like like Wii Fit
Wii
Trainer.
Fit did so good in terms of sales. Like OG Wii Fit, not like
I
the sequel.
yeah, like I know people like passionately hate on this character, but like
I love how goofy she
it's a
is.
joke character at the end of the day, and not to mention the
Exactly. Like,
Wii
this is
Fit.
the perfect joke character. I fucking love her.
Yeah,
She's goofy as fuck.
Rosalina's staying.
Yeah, I don't see them getting rid of Rosa.
Little Mac, I feel like
Little Mac is, I would say, high chance.
is it because like his franchise has not
I
really
would say
been.
high chance or 50-50.
Well, he definitely
Because
okay.
like
I
okay,
don't think he's 50-50. Um, I'll leave it high chance. I'm guessing your reason is sort of like why they would
okay,
cut a character
my
like Captain Falcon, but like he just doesn't have the iconography thing. But like Little Mac is still
yeah,
Little
it's a
Mac.
similar case to Captain Falcon, except he doesn't have Punch Out is iconic for sure. I just don't know if it's as iconic as people yelling Falcon Punch. You know what I mean?
Definitely
Like I
not.
feel like
Hell
people
no.
remember
I think
Punch Out mostly because Mike Tyson was in Punch Out and that was one game.
yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna be. I don't know this how much of a hot take this is. I did not give a shit about Punch Out outside of Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
And also I don't think Sakurai gives a shit about Little Mac either. I don't think he likes him. Little Mac is always getting beat up in the trailers.
That's funny.
And say the only exception being his reveal trailer, Little Mac has gotten beat up like everywhere else. It's fucking crazy. It's like instead of I feel like Little Mac getting beat up is more common than Mario dying in the trailers.
But even so, like I still think Little Mac has a stronger chance. I just feel like he's liked
Absolutely.
enough. I just don't see 50-50.
I feel like he's definitely higher than some of these characters in 75% chance. Like I feel like he's
maybe you can make an argument
more
maybe
likely than
70%, but like yeah.
I feel like he's more likely than like say Lucas
Oh, that's
or
bizarre.
Roy actually.
That's bizarre. Wait, hold on. I wouldn't go that far, man. I feel like Lucas has a higher chance than Little Mac, and I
Like I
feel
feel like
like
Roy and Lucas are more popular, but I feel like I don't think they're gonna cut Little Mac.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think so either. Okay, I don't know
Yeah.
what you were just smoking because you told me this off screen that you don't think Greninja's coming back. I think he.
Well, and it's not that I don't think he's coming back. I thought like okay, if they're gonna cut some of the Pokemon characters, I could see Greninja and one other getting cut.
I don't agree. I strongly disagree. Greninja is a whole nother level of popularity. My man
That is
got at some
true.
point this guy got voted as the most popular Pokemon. Period. And
Yeah.
Greninja was already crafted to be in Smash before X and Y was even released. They literally
Yeah.
took the concept of Greninja, showed it to Sakurai, and he's like, "All right, bet Adam." He was already planned to be the Kalos mascot before he was actually revealed.
Yeah.
And yeah, then they have the Ash Greninja stuff. Like I don't
That
see.
too. I mean, the Ash. I feel like we shouldn't count the Ash Greninja stuff because they ended up like retconning that shit.
Wait, what do you mean?
Even though we couldn't. But even then, like, okay, we also had Legend ZA come out.
Oh
Like,
yeah. That's a
mhm.
big factor. But what do you mean that they retcon Ash Greninja?
Like in Journeys when Greninja came back and they were reminiscing about the Charizard X versus Greninja fight.
Mm-hmm.
They had Greninja as regular Greninja and not Ash
Oh,
Greninja.
Oh, well, that's whatever.
And also like the retcon of how the ability works in the Pokemon games, where
Oh,
instead of like being a
that's yeah,
transformation,
yeah. It was like you had to
it
it
was
was
like
an
a boost to
ability.
special attack.
Yeah, the battle pond
Yeah.
ability. I
And
mean,
I think
I
the
don't.
ability got cut in the games in general, but yeah, that's beside the
But even
point.
then, I don't think it's really that big of an issue. And the fact that it even did make it into the
Nah.
game was still like a big thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't see him I don't see them cutting Greninja. Honestly, Greninja's pretty popular.
Greninja's pretty popular as an understatement.
Very popular actually.
Very, he's popular than we'll ever be. Um,
Yeah.
I don't
Let me
like
guess you.
I don't like these characters, but the Mii's are definitely coming back.
Oh, absolutely.
And
They're the custom avatar character, and also like they
they've had
surprisingly enough, the Mii costumes sell really well.
yeah. There it's funny
So
because like in Noah's tier list, like he was telling me that he had a whole argument with like Gerald and like a few other people, and like they were trying to make an argument of why.
what were their arguments?
Well, Noah was in favor of the Mii's, and I guess the rest of them were like, "Oh, they're probably gonna get cut." And then, like, one of their arguments was
Why
that
would they?
I know, but like, one of their
They're
arguments
easy
was
to make.
but not. But here's the thing. Hear me out. It's the arguments that they made that was killing me because it was driving Noah insane. Because it was like, one of them was like they haven't appeared in that many games, and then Noah was like they've had like three others fairly recently. Yeah, but Wii Sports is like back in the Wii. They did Nintendo Switch Sports, and you can play the Mii's there too. Like Noah
They
was like.
did Tomodachi Life,
And
which is
Tomodachi Life is
huge.
insane. That game is funny.
That game blew the fuck up, and it's funny as shit.
If anything, Tomodachi Life already secured the Mii's to come back, even if there was an argument to be made of them not coming back, which there wasn't. There never was.
Exactly. Like
They were coming
these
back
characters are easy to
regardless.
make. They're easy to make. They're iconic to Nintendo as a whole. Like they are
They're
the faces
still
of
like
Nintendo's party scene,
even
up
though
there with Mario.
yeah, even though the Mii's are not as popular as they were back in the Wii days, they are still being used
Mhm.
today.
Exactly. Like we're not gonna cut your custom avatar character, like dog.
Exactly. I'm gonna, and I'm also gonna be real. I don't even like the Mii's that much personally,
Me
but
either.
I'm
I
like,
don't even touch them.
I don't play as them whatsoever. Like, but they're not going away.
Exactly. They're staying.
They're staying forever.
Like you can make arguments for like some of these characters that we have in like high chance getting cut. Maybe even some of the 100%, but like the Mii's are no. They
No.
are the 1000%.
Yeah, you could even make the argument that they would have a higher chance than even the original 12.
I was gonna say that. I think they're more likely than some of the original 12. Like I think they're more likely than Ness to
Yeah,
return. And same with
exactly.
Jigglypuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
Palutena staying, Pac-Man
Yeah, of course.
staying, Robin staying. I
Shulk
think
is staying.
I
I
was
feel
gonna
like
say
Shulk
I
is
think Shulk is staying, and that also leads me to. I mean, we'll get to the Aegis for a minute, but
okay. So
we'll go.
Shulk staying makes perfect sense. Shulk has appeared in every Xenoblade game. He's pretty much the face of the franchise. He's the Marth of that franchise.
Oh, that's interesting.
Hmm. And he's like really important. I don't want to spoil it because like Xenoblade is generally like has a great story, but Shulk has some crazy ass lore reasons on why he's so fucking important to that series. So he has to stay.
Okay,
Like if you're gonna represent Xenoblade, you have to keep Shulk.
Dash fair.
Hmm.
I think Bowser Jr. has a high chance. I
Yes.
wouldn't put him a guarantee 100%. I don't think he's
Hmm.
like that
Yeah.
spectacular of a Mario character, but he's iconic enough.
I mean,
But like,
yeah, he along with Rosalina were the faces of the Super Mario Wonder DLC and the movie too. I mean, second movie.
yeah, Mario Galaxy.
So again, I don't see Bowser Jr. getting cut, but I feel like of the Mario characters, he's definitely one of the more likely ones to get cut.
Like if they wanted to make room or something, and they just
Like
wanted
if
to
they
cut.
wanted to make room or whatever. Like and even then, like Bowser Jr.'s moveset isn't really a Bowser Jr. moveset, it's a
It's a
Koopaling
coup. Yeah,
moveset.
yeah. Um, I feel like Duck Hunt should be 100% as well.
Yeah, I would say 100%. Like at lowest a 75% chance, but I feel
I
like
just don't see. I feel like he reached.
Duck Hunt is too iconic to
And
Nintendo.
and another thing is like the main thing is that like I just feel like Duck Hunt like shares similarities to like Rob and Game and Watch to an extent.
That's another thing. Like that is an oldie that is like super iconic. Like he is kind of the face of the NES more so than the Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
So, if anything, I feel like Duck Hunt is more likely to come back than the Ice Climbers.
Hmm. I only say it. I would only question it a little bit because I think because Ice Climbers has already been out for a while now, and Duck Hunt was added in Smash 4.
True, but
But
I feel like if they were gonna, I feel like if they were gonna like say like, okay, we only want one NES rep.
If it was between those two, then I feel like they would keep Duck Hunt.
Exactly.
Duck Hunt is more like memorable. Ice Climbers only has the one game, and it wasn't even that great.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But
and even then, that wasn't even Sakurai's first choice for an NES rep. The first choice was Excite Bike, but they couldn't figure out a moveset for him.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
All right.
What you were saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say if Mega Man is, I'm also gonna kind of throw in there. I feel like if one rep stays, it's more than likely that the other will stay too.
Yeah.
Again, I'm only putting Ken here because of the Echo Fighter theme, but like and so you're gonna see pretty much where I stand with Bayonetta as well, like Bayonetta and possibly Kazuya. But if they can keep Sonic, they're gonna likely keep Bayonetta. They're gonna keep Mega Man. What's stopping them from keeping
I feel
Ryu?
like even then, like Bayonetta feels more likely than Sonic in terms of licensing, only because Nintendo owns partially Bayonetta. I think it's like a half and half thing, where it's like half of Bayonetta belongs to Sega, the other half is Nintendo's.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna get to the other problematic character.
I feel like Cloud is I would say
25.
If we put him at if we put him at 100%,
no, he's not. 100%.
He would be one of the lowest ranked in the 100%.
I wouldn't even put him
only because Square Enix is so anal about sharing
they were kind of
characters.
They were low key. Apparently, it was annoying to get Cloud and Ultimate. So that's why color me shocked that we even got Sephiroth and Sora, even though Sora's Disney.
I feel like Sephiroth got in there because of just how successful Ultimate was at launch. I feel like that was a big factor.
But I don't
see them bringing back Sephi.
I feel
like Cloud could come back. I'll put him in high chance, honestly.
Really? I'm kind of leaning towards a maybe.
Really?
I don't really. I feel like there's too much conflictions between working with Square Enix to make him to justify a high chance. I don't see them cutting him.
You know what? That's fair. I don't see him getting cut, but I could see maybe.
There's a gamble with him. There's a gamble.
I think he's more likely than the two Links in maybe, but I could see him in 50%.
If they could get him, then yes, I would agree that he has a higher chance than Young.
Because Links. Cloud is like the JRPG character.
But it is so bizarre just thinking about the idea of trying to get these guys. I feel like just like with Snake being in this game, I think it's a miracle that not only we got Cloud back, but also we're able to add Sephiroth in there.
Yeah, agreed.
So I'm 50-50 on this one. I want Cloud back. I love Cloud. I think Cloud's one of my favorite characters in this game. So and I like how they tone him down in this game to not be broken but not awful. He's still
exactly.
really fun.
I love Cloud.
Okay,
so that's my main.
All right, Incest Baby.
I feel like it's a low chance, and it's because allegedly Sakurai didn't even want Incest Baby in this fucking Smash 4.
It's amazing.
Nintendo was pushing them because of Fire Emblem Fates coming out around that time.
Yeah,
it was an Ike situation. It was a Roy situation.
Whereas Roy and Ike have a positive reception, and I personally really like playing Corrin in both Smash 4 and Ultimate. In Ultimate, I consider Cloud and Corrin I consider Corrin and Cloud to be some of my secondary characters in Ultimate. But
I love Corrin as a concept. I hate him and them as a character and the story that they're
Yes, that's the
from.
thing. Like, it's
Like,
the
okay,
reception of the character
chainsaw
as
sword, cool as fuck. Water dragon powers, cool as fuck. Their outfits, their designs, cool as fuck. Them, no,
no.
not cool as fuck.
I think this. Well, okay, no, there's still one character that's probably more hated, but I think in terms of reception, Corrin is one of the lowest reception of all these characters. And normally I'd justify keeping a character because, everybody has a favorite. But if what you say is true in the sense that Sakurai didn't even want to put Corrin in the game at first, and the fact that the character's not even that well liked, only by their gameplay, but character-wise outside of it, I think it's we got
Yeah, Fire
ourselves.
Emblem fans don't even like this character.
I don't even think they like the games all that much, or the Fire Emblem Fates in particular.
Fire Emblem Fates was poorly received.
Yeah, there you go. Bayonetta staying.
Yeah.
And I did,
Bayonetta had a new game not too long ago, even though it wasn't like super well received.
but like even then, but like Bayonetta 2 happened because of Nintendo. Like we wouldn't have had Bayonetta 2 because of Nintendo. So there's like a big like there's like even if we were to exclude Sonic for what out of this conversation for a minute, I think Bayonetta would still have a high chance of coming back. Nintendo's right with that franchise is pretty much guarantee.
Yeah.
All right, Inkling is staying. Splatoon is very popular.
Literally.
So,
I think Ridley is staying as well.
Ridley's getting cut because he's too big. So like they're not gonna work him. Yeah, I'm just joking. He's staying. If you think I'm not even gonna put him in high chance because you're not gonna want to go through that whole process of not including him in a Smash title because the reason was dumb back then, and you just proved to us that it was dumb. So there's no reason to cut Ridley. Metroid is a big Metroid's one of your go-to franchises. Like, come on, bro. There's not. We don't have a lot.
Yeah.
We can only bring as many Samuses as possible.
Literally.
Okay, so if Snake is cut, does that mean the Belmonts are boned?
I would say they're 50-50.
You put them higher than Snake?
Yes, only because one, Kojima isn't really fucking with Metal Gear anymore. And Konami in general. Two, Konami doesn't really fuck with Metal Gear all that much anymore. And boy. Three, again, when Smash Ultimate was popping, Castlevania was getting pushed by Konami. I don't think it's definitely not as popular as it was because the Castlevania Nocturne anime didn't do that well.
Yeah,
compared to the original one.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they are more likely to return than Snake.
Okay,
because of those reasons.
Okay, fair enough. I'm putting them at low chance though.
Oh no, absolutely.
I don't think they're.
I feel we cut. I think we cut the difference,
because with Cloud, it's like make or break.
Cloud is the JRPG character.
I love 2 Castlevania titles really, but like I was excited for these guys to come out. Holy fuck, they are like one of the least used characters in this game. Nobody gave a shit.
They play like Castlevania characters.
They are an argument to being some of the worst characters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They are a huge argument.
Like, why the fuck is his forward tilt pretty much the same shit as his forward smash?
Like, I don't want to like use the whole like they suck in the game, like so that's already like because like Mewtwo sucked in Melee, but like exactly. I wouldn't cut him up. But
Ganondorf sucks in every game he's in. Like, come on.
But like
except Melee.
But like But, you go out of your way to go for a third-party rep, and they're not even that well received to the point that it's like, if you're not going to go through the effort, if you're going to go through the effort of just making them play like Castlevania characters, and they're not going to be that effective and leave an impression on people, then it's like, why even bother?
And also, like, Castlevania has not had the cultural impact that Final Fantasy, Street Fighter, Mega Man, Pac-Man, Sonic have had.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know. Besides the anime that you mentioned, which wasn't even that well received, I don't even know what Castlevania is doing right now.
Same.
Honestly,
literally.
That's why I was like pondering on cut because like if Snake, who is more popular, and even though I know Konami doesn't fuck with MGS, it just kind of feels like if they're cooked here, then these guys are cooked too. I feel.
I agree. Like, I feel like Snake would definitely be Nintendo's first choice to bring back. However, again, Konami isn't really pushing for Metal Gear anymore.
And are they still pushing for Castlevania?
No, they were pushing Castlevania.
Okay, they were pushing Castlevania at the time, but like I'm talking about right
but
now, like in
nowadays,
the.
I don't even know. Like after the Nocturne anime came out, it's been a little quiet.
I'm honestly, the more I think about it, I kind of put them at cut.
Same. I was gonna say the more I think about it, we should put them at zero.
The more I think about it, if Snake is
really,
gone,
who the fuck was excited for Simon and Richter?
I mean,
Like,
I was, but like when they actually,
obviously we were all hyped when they were released,
but like as
how many
Castlevania
people
characters,
really wanted this character?
I mean, okay, I was excited for them when they were announced, but when I got to play
Obviously,
them and when the
same.
game came out, oh, I was like, oh my god, this character sucks. Like this,
Like I'm not. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, like I don't have nothing, and I'll talk about another Echo Fighter that doesn't really have any noteworthy differences that make they suck.
No, they're the same character. They're the same character with only one difference, and that being their down special. That's literally it.
I'm gonna find something really quick, like Smash.
Yeah, well, you find that I'm just gonna be like,
Smash,
like let's be so for real. When you think of the characters that fans were asking for Smash Ultimate, like you think Ridley, you think King K. Rool, you think of like bringing back Wolf or Pokemon Trainer. You don't think of like Castlevania. You don't think of Simon as like one of the more requested characters for Smash Ultimate.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna deny that he wasn't requested. Like I remember back in the day looking at Smash 4, like Smash Ultimate, like roster predictions. Some people, not it wasn't what put Simon, but it's not like it was a common idea. And also, no one gave a fuck about Richter before Ultimate, and even they gave less of a fuck about him before the Nocturne anime came out. Like, dog, like obviously Richter is big with Castlevania fans.
Yeah,
but again, Castlevania just does not have the cultural impact that some of these other franchises have had, especially among the third parties.
Okay, I can't find the thing right now, but like the point that I was trying to make was that these guys are like some of the least
same character.
No, they are the least used character in this game. One of the least used characters. Like the only ones that come close are like Marth, because like if you're gonna use like
Lucina,
because like there are other better swordies out there, and like Mewtwo because his tail hurt box sucks, but like. But these guys are like not too far down. They're currently like bottom 3 in this current tier list, and there are people that genuinely think that they're the worst character in the game. I think at least Ganondorf Ganondorf and Little Mac at least have some things going for them. I really don't know what to say about these guys.
Same,
but like yeah,
King K. Rool's not getting cut.
Yeah.
He was one of the more requested characters for Smash.
Yeah, no, you're not gonna. Like, yeah, you're not gonna cut King K. Rool.
Also, spoiler. King K. Rool was the main bad guy in Bonanza.
I mean, not too much of a high spoiler for me, but
okay,
I could see why a Jeremy would want that on the down low while he's playing through the game.
Exactly.
All right. I think Incineroar is a high chance. I would not put him at 100, but
I would have put him at 50-50.
Why?
Pokemon doesn't really push for an Incineroar that much. Incineroar isn't in pretty much anything outside of like when the starters are added as DLC. Like he's not in Pokemon Unite. He was never in Pokken. He was never in I don't even think he's in Champions right now.
But okay, so no, he's definitely in Champions, is he not? Yeah, no, he's definitely in Champions. He's like,
he's in Champions.
Yeah, he's the smoke on doubles guy. Like he's.
I know he's a smoke on doubles guy. Like Incineroar is huge.
Yeah, Wolfie won't shut up about him.
VGC competitive. Yeah, they don't shut up about him in terms of that. But like, in terms of like fan projects and shit, like Pokemon Cafe, he was not in it.
But like, but here's the thing about Incineroar. I know he's not super popular in this game either. But like, I feel like it's just one of those cases where it's like. I don't know, like, I feel like he's liked enough. Like, I feel like people like his...
Yeah, I mean...
Like, because here's the thing.
People like Incineroar.
They're, like, the reason why these characters are here is, we don't know the status of these two. or him for that matter. But like
Mhm.
normally, if there wasn't any restrictions, he would be up here, and these guys would either come back together, delete one, keep the other, or combine, into one
Yeah,
bastard.
or be replaced by a character that
Yeah,
basically fills the same role.
yeah. And then these ones are either Poor Received or I don't know, Pichu, and then
Literally.
but like Incineroar doesn't have that.
And
Is the
then the
thing.
Konami tier.
Yeah, then you got the Konami tier. But Incineroar doesn't have that. I don't think he was a poorly received character. I know he's not
Yeah,
super. I know he's not super popular because he's not great. But we had like I mean, and like there was like an Incineroar player that
I
did
like
headlines.
Incineroar more as a Smash character than I do as a Pokemon.
Honestly, and the wrestling archetype I think works with Incineroar.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, okay, fighting games have like have like specific archetypes. Like you have the ninja, yeah, like the balance, like Shotokan type character. The wrestler is a big fighting game archetype,
Yeah.
and that's kind of shown with Bowser and Donkey Kong, but Incineroar really is the face of that archetype. So, I'm willing to put him in high chance.
Yeah, I just don't see a reason why they would cut him for the sole reason of like the whole everybody has like a favorite character. And I just feel like
Yeah,
Incineroar has that archetype. He's definitely like one of the more popular Gen 7 Pokemon. Like
yeah,
I just don't really see. I feel like if they're gonna cut Incineroar, it's because they're replacing him with someone else. Like
yeah.
a Decidueye or a Gen 9 representative. Like,
That's
but
what I think. Like, I
I
feel like if Incineroar gets cut, they're gonna replace him with like Meowscarada because like that's what
Meowscarada, honestly,
Liko has.
Meowscarada would actually be a great choice actually for a
I
Smash.
would. I actually made a moveset when I was making the roster prediction for Smash 6 for Meowscarada. I feel
Okay,
like Meowscarada is very likely to be in Smash
I
because of
yeah,
Liko having one in the anime and like that being her ace.
yeah, I can see that.
Like, yeah, I think it's more likely than even a Gen 10 Pokemon.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, if there was a Pokemon that would replace Incineroar, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Cinderace actually hit that spot. I feel like Cinderace would also make a good choice for Smash.
I feel like Cinderace had its time in the sun and now
Yeah,
it
probably.
doesn't
I
really.
feel like
Yeah.
now they're prioritizing either Meowscarada or whatever Gen 10 Pokemon that they have.
Hmm.
But I feel like Incineroar, albeit not as popular as Lucario and Greninja, probably I'd still root
Yeah.
for the guy.
Yeah, plus if we get Greninja, Incineroar, and Meowscarada, we'd
Oh,
have the starter trio, but
more
not only that,
reason,
the
more.
dark type starter trio.
Oh, I almost said like more reason to keep them, but then I remembered. Oh well, I guess Pokemon Trainer it just has all three of them. But yeah, keep Incineroar. Yeah, keep it. All right. What do we think about?
Bland.
What do we think about the plant?
I think
I think it's
I
a
love Plant. I
it's
love Plant. I think it's a 50-50.
50-50. I'm between
I
50-50
think
or low
50-50 or low
chance.
chance.
I honestly, what would be the justification to still keep this guy? Like other than the
Dog,
being
he's funny as fuck. That's the justification.
he's funny as fuck. Just like with
Like, it's the
just
same
like with
justification as Wii Fit Trainer. Like,
yeah, I
this
was
is
gonna
the
say just like
perfect
with Wii Fit
joke
Trainer, joke character
This is
that some people just fucking hate for whatever reason.
when people say anybody is eligible for Smash Brothers, I think of Piranha Plant.
Piranha Plant's the perfect embodiment. This character made it before Shadow and Waluigi.
It's
Let that sink
crazy.
in.
I fucking love Piranha. I love this goofy bitch. I love the reactions he solicited from, the Waluigi stands. Okay, I love everything about him. I feel like his time in the sun has passed,
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
but but
I,
I would love for him to
I,
come
I
back.
would love him for him to come back. I would not be surprised if he
Like
does.
this fucker,
But
this fucker isn't even the most popular Mario enemy. Like that would be like a Goomba or a Koopa.
yeah, exactly. But like, I want him to come back. I love Piranha Plant, but
Same.
I would not be surprised if his time in the sunlight was just for the one joke.
Right?
Because like he doesn't have that same cultural relevance as Wii Fit Trainer or anything like that.
Nah, like
He's just there for the
Wii
fun of
Fit
it.
made bank for Nintendo in the Wii era.
Yeah, Piranha Plant
And
is
also
not the
like the face
reason.
of like the fitness was the face of the fit. I feel like if Wii Fit Trainer were to be replaced, it'd be with like
The male
the
one.
Ring Fit Trainer.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. That's the only way I could see like Wii Fit Trainer being replaced.
But even then, I also would prefer them to just, coexist. Because like why
Yeah, because like you
why
could do them
cut?
differently.
Because like
Like I
okay,
feel
come
like
on, like we got the Game
the
and
Wii,
Watch
I
guy, we
feel like the
got
Wii Fit Trainer and the Ring Fit Trainer would play differently enough.
yeah,
You
and then
know?
like come on, like we want to keep as much representation for each console generation as much as possible. Like we have the Game and Watch, we got the NES people, we got the Wii
Yeah.
era. Like yeah, and I think a Switch rep would be nice. Actually, I feel
The
like
Wii era doesn't even have that many reps. Like we have, okay,
the
Wii era has
Mii's,
let's look. Let's look. We
the
have the Mii's, we have
Wii Fit.
fucking Shulk, and we have Wii Fit Trainer.
Oh, Shulk was Wii. I thought he was Wii U for a minute.
Nah, like you think it's Wii U because that was when his game was ported over to the 3DS.
Right.
But no, Shulk came out in the Wii era, but only in Japan and Europe.
Oh, gotcha.
And then the Project Rainfall thing came out where it's like a lot of American fans were advocating for a US release of Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's fun. That's
It
fascinating.
was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
So Shulk really is like it's literally the Marth of Xenoblade Chronicle of
He
Xenoblade.
really is.
All right. Now, these characters are going to be so complicated. These entirety DLC characters, there's gonna be a lot to talk
Literally.
about.
This is like the most contentious, like
Yeah,
out
Like,
of the third
I
parties.
feel like these
Ultimate Batch was the most contentious.
yeah, these are going to be the most complicated to talk about.
Okay,
So
Joker, I would say low chance or 50-50.
I want to say 50-50, but I feel like he was
I
just
love
there
Joker.
because yeah, I love
That was one of
Joker.
my mains, but his time in the sun has passed, and we already got leaks of Persona 6.
There's a good chance he might get replaced by the other character.
Exactly, by the next pro tag.
But wasn't Joker literally just added because Sakurai just wanted him in here?
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
Like,
I feel like
Sakurai saw Persona Q2 being planned out for. That's the funny thing. So every Smash character has a period on a Nintendo console before their Smash debut. And Joker's is the funniest one because his game
is a
came out like a
PlayStation.
month before. No, it was like a month before his reveal for Smash Bros.
That's amazing. That's how you know it was destined.
That's how you know Sakurai was like, I want him in now.
I'll put him at 50-50. I feel like it's a 50-50.
Only because Sakurai loves him.
It's that, and I feel like there's a good chance that maybe he doesn't have to get replaced, and instead maybe we can have the two
Yeah.
Persona characters coexist.
Plus,
But
Sega's still pushing this fucker.
yeah.
Like,
Also,
this
yeah,
fucker is
Persona 5
single-handedly
is-
paying for Xander Mobius' bills.
Yeah, Persona 5 is also just still a huge game even to this day.
Yeah.
So, Hero.
I would
not
say...
not a very beloved character outside of Japan. I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I would say 50-50. Only because, one, we're dealing with Square Enix. And I feel like he's less likely to return than Cloud is. Because if we're going to have a Square Enix rep, it's going to be Cloud.
yeah,
Like, there's no other justification for that.
I'm leaning towards low chance to be honest, but I can kind of see
That
the 50.
too.
I could kind of see the 50-50 being carried by the Japanese.
Honestly, I think it's
audiences.
low chances more likely.
Yeah,
I was giving him the benefit of the doubt with 50-50, but yeah.
You even kind of said it. Like, if they were gonna put a Square Enix rep, they're probably gonna aim for Cloud first and Hero.
Exactly. Like,
Not to mention, I can't stress this enough, and there's not a lot of characters that have this reputation, but I feel like a character that has a poor reputation in the Smash community are like, I don't think nobody's gonna miss those characters when they get cut, if they get cut.
yeah,
I
agree.
know Dragon Quest is big in Japan, and I know it has a big library of audiences of people to this day, but and I mean I forget that Dragon Quest actually is kind of important though.
It is very important in terms of like RPG history because without it, we wouldn't have Pokemon, we wouldn't have Fire Emblem, we wouldn't have Final Fantasy.
I'll put him at 50-50.
So it is important for sure. I just don't think it has that cultural, zeitgeist, like mainstay energy that some of the other third-party franchises have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then combined with this low, maybe it would be like a.
I would say, okay, if we talk about low chances, he'd be the most likely to return.
Yeah. Okay.
But if in the 50-50, I feel
He
like
was the least one.
he's definitely lower
Well,
than
maybe above
Joker and Cloud.
Yeah, but above these two maybe.
Yeah, I would say that's fair. Okay, then in that case, like we can put him in 50-50.
I'll put him in 50-50.
Yeah, well, like with the caveat being like less likely than Cloud.
Yeah. Banjo and Kazooie, I think is 50-50 also.
Yeah, only because
Only because it's Xbox.
yeah, and I feel like if we were gonna have a Microsoft rep, like only one rep, it'd be Steve.
I hate that you said that.
But it's true
I
though.
know it's true. I know it's true. But but Banjo, like you know, the fact that this character was the one that the CEO of the former CEO of Xbox now is the one that he was very vocal about, being fine with adding in Smash. I just wish that there was I just wish that there was more to Banjo and Kazooie outside of Smash because I feel like that would justify
Hmm.
him coming back even more. Because I feel
Yeah,
like his one hit, like, when the fuck was the last game that he's done? Like
fucking nuts
Nuts
and
and Bolts,
bolts.
which wasn't even that which was not even that good of a game, and I was like, I don't even know. Let me
That
look
was
it up.
Xbox 360 era.
Yeah, around there,
That wasn't even Connect.
and it wasn't even that good either.
Yeah.
like,
So I don't know.
but
He
like
was.
he he
I think Sakurai Sadity was the second most requested character for Ultimate
he
or something.
was. I will like. I feel like he and King K. Rool were like the big requesting boys back in Smash Four.
Yeah, with
Um,
obviously Sora being the most
Yeah,
requested.
yeah, of course. But like Banjo and Kazoo, but like I feel like Banjo was like a nice inclusion in Ultimate. It would not surprise me if he doesn't come back after this. But he is a character that not only the former Xbox CEO was, advocating for. I could see the current CEO of Xbox because I feel like the current CEO of Xbox is literally trying to fix Xbox's image, and I really feel like collaborations
Yeah, she is.
is a big way to like put Xbox out there.
Yeah. So I
I
could see.
I ugh.
I could see. Okay, I genuinely think Banjo is more likely to return than Cloud, only because I feel like
Yeah,
the current Xbox,
yeah, because like
how currently Xbox is being run, I feel like they are gonna be more friendly towards Nintendo.
yeah, and we get like vocal confirmation about Banjo. Actually, Banjo was supposed to be in Smash since Melee. This was around the time that Rare had just purchased. Like
Yeah.
the main reason why Banjo wasn't in Melee was because Rare had recently been purchased by Microsoft. And there was that,
Hmm.
moral gray thing, but like, Banjo was supposed to be there for a while now. I really feel like he should stay, personally. But that
Yeah.
is up to Nintendo wanting to work with their competitors, but the competitors were really okay with Banjo being in the game. I don't see why he shouldn't come back.
Hmm.
I don't
I
I
agree with
don't
you 100%.
I don't know jack shit about SNK. So you tell me if Terry
Okay,
comes back or not.
I feel like okay, it's weird because SNK is one of those franchises that is always changing ownership.
well,
Currently, they're owned by
King
a
of
prince in Saudi Arabia, I
okay,
think.
just want to point out SNK is the company. King of Fighters is the name of the franchise that Terry's from.
Yeah, I know, but like the
Okay.
company itself,
Yeah, okay,
that's what I'm referring
you
to.
said the SNK franchise, so that's why I was so confused.
Oh, my bad. SNK as a whole is like it changes hands very frequently. So I don't know. It really depends on how well the fucking Prince of Saudi Arabia, or whoever the fuck owns it, now
Oh
is
boy.
willing to play. So I would say
That's a low chance, buddy.
best 50% chance. That's the
Uh,
best case scenario. Sakurai does like King of Fighters.
okay.
They do have a new game that I think either just came out or is about to come out. I don't remember because I haven't really kept up with it, if I'm being completely
Do
honest.
you think he's better chance of a 50% or the low chance?
I feel like he's definitely more likely than the ones that we have in low chance,
Okay.
but I don't think he's more likely than the ones we have in 50-50,
You
and that's
we
even including Cloud.
it would be a pretty damn good miracle if we get him, but we definitely know we're not getting another SNK or King of Fighters rep, more than likely.
Yeah, agreed.
So this is the character.
Byleth,
This is the character that you pretty much. I feel like you put him in 100% or high chance.
yeah, because Three Houses was huge. Like if you think Awakening is huge, Three Houses was
Yeah,
huge.
that's the other Fire Emblem title that did really well.
Like, And also Three Houses, like the new Fire Emblem that's gonna be coming out. I forgot what it's called. It takes place in the same world as Three Houses.
It is fucking hilarious that the character that was like one of the more polarizing additions at the time is like
It really should not have been a polarizing addition. The only reason why it was a polarizing addition is because Smash Bros. Fans fucking hate Fire Emblem.
yeah. But like we know, but he was there
But,
for a
like, this is
marketing
one of those
gimmick.
characters that's like, no, he was definitely deserves to be in Smashy Bros. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
like
Definitely.
you guys are just mad that he is a fucking Fire Emblem character. If it was like his own franchise or if it was like a Zelda rep, no one would have complained. It
Oh,
would have been like,
definitely
"Oh,
no.
that's great. That makes sense. He's so popular. Like his game did so well in terms of sales." Like, but because it was a Fire Emblem rep,
Everybody's sick and tired of Fire Emblem.
exactly.
It's
And after we
especially.
got Corrin and no one likes Corrin, not even his own fan base, like
Yeah, and then even Crom's a great addition, but even how he was designed in this game is a little janky. So like, it wasn't
exactly.
really
That
that
was another
great.
thing. Like we also got Crom in the game. Like it's a lot. Like Fire Emblem has a lot of reps.
Yeah,
And it doesn't help that like half of the Fire Emblem cast is based off of the same character's moveset.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know ARMS is not like a really popular franchise like at all. Or sorry,
Dog, I'd
game.
say
It's
like
just the one game.
50-50 at best.
Really? Okay. I
I'm gonna
mean,
be completely honest. Okay. Setting aside the fact that no one likes playing this character, even in Japan.
oh yeah, no, yeah. I mean, you say that, but the current number one player or the most recent number one Smash Ultimate player is a fucking Min Min player.
Dog, that's because like it's the same reason with like Ice Climbers. They're good, but no one likes playing against them.
Yeah, no, I hate fighting Min Min. I
Like Arms
I
is not popular. It's not gonna get a sequel. I feel like the only reason why people wanted an Arms rep, it's not that people wanted it, it's that people were predicting it. Like
right.
because whenever
But
people
we thought we were gonna get
do
Spring Man, not Min Min.
exactly, whenever people do like Smash Bros predictions, it typically depends on like what games are coming out at the time.
Mm.
And before like when Smash Ultimate was announced, Arms had just been released. Like the Switch wasn't even a year old, I don't think. So people thinking new
When
franchises.
Smash Ultimate was released, yeah, you're right. It wasn't even a year old.
Yeah. So when people were thinking new franchises to add to Smashy Bros, Arms was, up there because it was being pushed so heavily by Nintendo. So I don't even think that fans necessarily wanted us on Arms rep. I think it was just like, oh, it's gonna happen.
I feel like Min Min could come back. I just know we're not getting
Yeah,
another Arms character beyond that.
exactly. We're not gonna get another
I
Arms
feel
character.
like
If
that's
anyone
more
comes
than
back, it's gonna be
I'm gonna
North
be
as fuck.
I'm gonna be real. I feel like of those characters in the maybe tier, I feel like Min Min has the strongest chance of coming back of those characters in
I
maybe.
agree, but also like no one cares about
I know that
Arms.
nobody cares about
No one
Arms,
cared
and
about
I get that
Arms.
nobody cares about Arms, and for all intents and purposes, Min Min should not come back in the next game.
And also, he couldn't
But
hand the director of Arms any more games. He fucking ruined Mario Kart World.
oh fuck off! You know what?
Because he
Cut this
was
bitch. Not joking.
no, because I remember seeing this one meme on Twitter that was like basically it was like I forgot this dude's name, the director for Arms, but they said
He's the man with no
that
arms.
the director guy making Mario Kart World the way it is revenge for people not buying Arms.
That is so petty that I think I believe it.
Saying
Oh boy. Oh god. Steve, I hate this fucking character so much.
I
Oh
would say high
man.
chance.
Ah, I hate you so much. Why do you do this
Dog,
to me?
Minecraft is huge.
I know, I hate this
Will
character.
say, why is Steve
Okay, you know
more
what?
broken in Smash Bros than he is in Minecraft?
I
That's
get
crazy.
yeah, I know.
It's so dumb.
Another character that needs a rework, okay? If you can tone down Bayonetta in this game, you could do that for Steve.
Honestly,
I
the
need
best
that. But like,
The
Steve
best
is
way
so
to like
fucking
fix
annoying.
Steve, make the blocks work like they do in Minecraft. Make it so
How
that you
about don't
can't put
give
a
him?
block
How about don't give
mid-air.
him a shitload of super armor or invulnerability in most of his fucking moves? All right, like
Right?
holy fuck.
Or have
One of
them
the
chain
things,
into each other.
one of the reasons that makes me so mad about Smash Ultimate right now is that after Sora gets released, they just stop patching the game, and you have this broken piece of shit just ruining everything.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck this character. I want him
And also,
cut.
like,
I want him
why the
cut.
fuck is?
Fuck.
I don't get like why. It amazes me that he's just like his moves. Like, obviously are Minecraft references, but they're like the most broken ideas of a Minecraft reference. It's crazy.
Yeah, you know, honestly, we were just talking about low reception characters. This is one of them.
Yeah,
I hate this character more than any character in this fucking franchise. Like that.
he doesn't even like
I used to
Minecraft.
hate, I used to hate ice climbers in Melee and Brawl because of wobbling and
You
infinite chain
used to
grab.
hate
I
Bayonetta
used
more
to
than
hate
Steve,
Bayonetta because of Smash 4. I hate this motherfucker probably more now than those other characters. Hot
which is
take, hot
which is
take.
crazy.
I think Steve is the most broken Smash character ever made.
I agree.
More broken. The only character
I
that comes
think he's
close is
more
Brawl
broken
Meta
than
Knight. The only character that comes close is Meta Knight, but that's just like. But Meta Knight and Brawl is fun. This character sucks balls. I hate him. I want him gone. But I hate that you said that he's the like that. I hate that you reminded me that he's an Xbox rep, because I was like thinking this character has to go, right, or has a low chance, right? And then you reminded me about that, and now I realize how I forgot. Like when you bring that into perspective and how Bay, the new Xbox CEO, is. Yeah, they're gonna bring this fucking character back, and I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Better. I have faith that they'll
they're gonna
turn.
nerf him to the ground.
Yeah,
I
I have faith that they'll nerf him to the point of being bottom tier. I hope, but like you know, fuck this character, man. I hate him. Hate him.
I feel like
I remember feeling just conflicted when he came out and just like, oh, I just don't like his playstyle, whatever. Ah, fuck this character. 2021 was a different time period, man.
It really was.
Okay. Yeah.
Seffi's a low chance.
Low chance. Yeah. If
If
Cloud's
we have
if Cloud's a
50%,
50-50, then Sephiroth is going to be a low chance. Definitely not enough to be
Mhm.
0%, but
He's not even that popular. TC Nick 3 didn't even know who he was.
oh, Jesus. I mean, I guess Sephiroth is also
That's
not.
the only reaction video that I've gone out of my way to watch. Fucking him reacting to the Sephiroth shit. He's like, who is this guy?
You know, I will say.
Is he important?
I will say, I don't know if I would kind of maybe want to rework on this character if possible. Yeah, because like at first I thought his moveset was cool and all, but like then he actually came out
It's
and he's
lame.
janky as fuck, dude. Like
It's boring as fuck. Why is he kicking? Kicking?
like
I want to do some kicking.
and his spacing game is so weird, but that's due in large because of how long that goddamn sword is.
Even then, I feel like his spacing game could have been more fun.
Yeah, it's just weird and janky, and I don't like it.
Exactly. Like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like there were ways to handle it better than like what they did, but whatever.
I don't know, but who knows? Like, who knows?
I hope they make him more fun in the next game because he just wasn't really that fun. He had some cool, ideas like his forward air, like sticking into the wall. I feel like that was cool.
That's cool. Yeah, we have cool stuff, but like, I don't know. Like, I feel like
The
just
one
rest
wing
of
angel
moves-
mechanic being like serving like a sort of second phase to a boss type of mechanic. I feel like that was a cool translation of that.
Yeah.
But like he's just so lame.
I don't like how he plays.
So boring to play as and boring to play against.
Yeah. Aegis.
I fucking love this character so much.
Look,
but I think that if we're going to cut characters, I feel like Aegis is one of the more likely ones to get cut.
But like at the same time, like with Xenoblade's popularity and how beloved Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is, you really think Aegis will get cut? I mean, plus they're also one of the more popular characters in this game, and for a top tier character that isn't fucking shit designed.
Yeah, I know, and it was the best take on like the Switch character mechanic.
I would put them at high chance.
I would put them in high chance too. I feel like they're more likely than the ones that we have in mid and maybe.
I don't see them getting replaced by like Rex or whatever or anything else.
No, they're not gonna get replaced by Rex. They would probably
Well,
get replaced by like Noah, probably,
oh,
who's
fuck.
the protagonist of Xenoblade 3.
Oh fuck
Fuck
Noah!
no.
I don't like
Fuck.
Noah's dog shit opinions can go fuck himself anyway.
Fuck that weird.
I feel like,
ass
but I
bitch.
feel like Xenoblade has gotten big enough that I feel like you could have all three of them together. I feel.
Yes,
Like,
I feel like you could. I don't think it's
hell,
going to happen, but I feel like you
I'm gonna
could
be,
make
I
the
mean, I'm gonna be
argument
honest.
that we could have all three,
Hell,
and it'd be cool as fuck too.
yeah. I mean, it
And then,
wouldn't.
like, I feel like we could also have a Shulk Echo Fighter with Malos, and like, oh my god, I have so many ideas.
I have so many ideas.
I really love Aegis. They're like, it's okay. Smash Ultimate really made the characters that I normally main suck. I don't like Sheik in that game. I don't like Lucario in that game. I don't like Sonic in that game.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Which is crazy
like,
because Sonic is a high tier.
I was gonna say it's very crazy because Sonic is like second behind Steve. Don't get me wrong, character's cancer as fuck, but like, yeah,
I don't have any fun playing as Sonic.
And Lucario got hella nerfed. Well, Lucario didn't get nerfed. Rage mode got nerfed, which also kind of depowered Lucario. And I think Sheik is sort of getting up there. Like, I feel like Sheik is having a bit of a resurgence, but she's not like the top tier juggernaut.
She's not her Smash. She's not Smash 4 Sheik.
She's not Smash 4 Sheik, and she's not Melee Sheik. She's more closer.
Exactly.
She's probably better than Brawl Sheik, maybe, but like
100%, definitely better than Brawl Sheik.
But not the best iteration.
But yeah, Aegis is like Pyre and Mithra was one of the few cases where it's like a character that I like in their game, and then I also like them in Smash Ultimate. Like the only two other characters I could say that about
Cloud and Joker
are fucking exactly. Well, Cloud, Joker, and Palutena actually 3.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are your like top 4.
Literally my top 4. Okay, I love them, and fucking, I just love them. I love Pyra and Mithra. They're
no, yeah,
dude.
Dude. If I'm not gonna lie, like if I were to add secondary, I've been looking forward for like secondary choices to complement my Lucina because I think Lucina's rough in the metagame, in the current metagame.
Also, their voice actress is cool as fuck. I love her. She's fucking awesome.
She's
a fucking punk rock singer now.
But like whenever I think about like wanting to add like a secondary character to my list, Aegis is like one of the strong contemporaries for that.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, like they're very important to the lore of Xenoblade.
See, again, like you're adding to my justification of putting them in high chance. You know, I genuinely don't believe they're gonna get cut. I feel like they're way too popular. Xenoblade's way too popular, and also they're very likable characters. Like I've seen their cutscenes in the second game. I've seen their cutscenes in the second game. They're very likable. Characters.
They are super likable. They're
and like
funny as
if
fuck.
anything, you know what? Aegis is the perfect example of what I was trying to say about like each of these characters is someone's favorites. So Sakurai would do everything in his power to make sure that they don't get cut. And I don't think Aegis is one of those characters that they would replace them with. I feel like we could get another Xenoblade rep without cutting them.
I think so too. I really want that to be the case. I really do.
I feel strongly about that. I strongly believe that Aegis will be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Simply, I honestly, Kazuya, I feel like is very likely to come back, and we might get another tech, and we could get like another Tekken rep alongside with him. Like maybe double Jin,
I could see like
Jin or something.
Like I could see his son coming back, or maybe Heihachi.
Yeah, Heihachi double
back, like added.
Yeah, Heihachi double Jin, something like that. Like I don't see them cutting him either. Like I feel like they would only cut him if they had some weird licensing issues. But if Pac-Man's coming back and Pac-Man's like a big boy mainstay, then I feel like Kazuya should be added, and then they could add either another Namco rep or another Tekken rep, like whatever the fuck they have in store. Who knows? Maybe Miss Pac-Man could be an Echo Fighter.
That would be crazy.
And last but not least, Sora, the Disney rep.
Exactly. Now we have to clarify. Disney is the one that owns the full rights to Sora and Kingdom Hearts as a whole.
Now I'm gonna say this.
Square is the one that develops the game.
Now
But that's beside the
I gotta say this. Sakurai had to suck some massive cocks just to get Sora into this. I swear.
Mhm. No, he really had to.
I
And it
can't I
definitely
can't prove it, but
were
I'm
it
pretty
not
sure.
for I agree with you on that. Were it not for Smash Ultimate success and also the Switch's success, Sora would not be in Smash Bros.
That being said,
I want him to be reworked slightly because I don't
um
have fun playing as him.
honestly, I've warmed up to Sora in this game. I
Really?
think he's fun. I've warmed up to him a lot. He's not. Granted, I'm spoiled because of I played Flash 2, like way back when,
Hmm.
and Sora it plays more like his Kingdom Hearts 2 counterpart, and I thought that version of him is way more fun than this version. So when I played this one and he's floaty as fuck, and like yeah, at first it was like a bit of a wasn't super fun. But I've grown to like his playstyle a lot. I love his aerial games actually. I love his edge guard.
Yeah,
His edge
he has
guarding
great
tool.
aerial games.
His edge guarding tool is pretty sick.
Hmm.
I
No, I
don't
wouldn't complain
think
about his aerial game.
I don't know where he's ranked. I don't remember where he's currently ranked. I don't think he's like super good, but like I think he's solid. I don't remember
Mm.
if he's like an A tier or a B. I feel like he's more of a
I
like a low A, high B tier type of character, but like
Yeah.
he's fun. I enjoy him a lot. Um, now
Okay.
the
Where would
real
you put him?
probably low chance.
Same.
Because like the thing is, I feel like they would. I
I
feel
feel
like
like
they
this
would
is the
want
when people
him.
say like we're not gonna get every character in the next game. The
Sora's like
first character I think of is Sora.
same, and I do think, and I don't want to give him the 0% because he was the most popular character to be put in.
Hmm.
Um, so it's like I feel like if you pick the character that if this is the character that is the most popular in the ballots, because Bayonetta sure as fuck wasn't.
Yeah.
That was bullshit. But like, if Sora really is the character, then I really feel like the effort should be more. I feel like they would try their hardest to get Sora back, albeit even if it's a lower chance to get him back compared to like other
Yeah.
characters. I just don't see it as a 0% chance because of his status. If Sora was just added here and he wasn't the most popular, like the most voted character of them all, then maybe it could make an argument to 0%
Hmm.
because like,
But also like
but
allegedly Tetsuya Nomura didn't even want Sora to be in the game because he wasn't sure how it would fit in the lore of Kingdom Hearts. I don't know if it's true or not. This is just alleged.
allegedly, I'm not gonna put him in 0% of
Mhm.
an alleged comment. So,
No, I don't think so
but I
either.
do think low
I
chance
feel
is
like
fair.
yeah, I feel like low chance is fair. I feel like it's where he belongs.
I feel like if it would be a miracle if he gets him, and I genuinely feel like Sakurai would try his damnedest to get
Yeah.
him back, but
Hmm.
I feel like Disney would be more like, nope, we already did it the one time, not doing it. Or they'll be like, yeah, I mean, we kind of need the money. Star Wars isn't looking great,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
And also,
I,
let's
I
talk
just hope.
about
The thing,
yeah. You first.
I just feel like I just hope he's not DLC. Here's the thing that kind of decreases it a little bit more is that he was DLC.
Yeah. Okay. Some people when they mention like, "Oh, I want a reboot," and they say like, we'll have certain like returning characters be like DLC, like Meta Knight or like whatever," and it's like, no, it's
I'm gonna be
not
honest with you. I feel like Mewtwo and Roy were fine at the time because they missed a game.
exactly
Lucas
because they
being,
missed the game.
I did not like that Lucas was DLC. Gonna be real. I really felt like he should have been in the base roster.
I agree.
You
I
know.
agree.
So
100% agree.
I was only fine with Mewtwo and Roy being returning characters as DLC. One thing I did like about Ultimate is that all the DLC characters were new characters. I would not want Smash 6 to be like, yeah, this new DLC is a returning
Yeah.
character, especially as a sequel to the Everyone is Here game.
No, agree. I feel like that would be so ass when people. I know people do this as more of an exercise rather than like what they think is seriously gonna happen. But I hate when people are like, "Oh, let's cut the Smash Ultimate roster in
In
half,"
half, yeah.
and then they replace like characters who are obviously like Nintendo icons, like Diddy Kong, replace them with like fucking Dixie Kong or Cranky Kong.
No. If anything, they'll just add Dixie
It's like
Kong.
no,
Like, as an Echo Fighter or some
exactly,
shit.
exactly. Like, let's not pretend that they're gonna take out Meta Knight for Bandana Waddle Dee.
That would be
Chances
fucking wild.
exactly. Like, let's not pretend that they're gonna like fucking I don't know, like get rid of Ken for Chun Li.
Not the
Or
worst comparison you've made, because I do think Chun-Li is definitely more popular than the Waddle Dee. Like, not the wildest
fair,
take,
fair.
but if anything, I would just put
Or like
Chun-Li
fucking I
along
don't
with
know,
them. You
like
know?
replace Pokemon Trainer with I don't know. Some people replace it with like a random champion, or like
Or
they'll say like Leon. They were
or
saying Leon at
or
the time because he was the most
or
recent
like
one.
or just put Charizard again
Oh yeah,
instead of
so
like
that's
fucking.
another thing. Like, okay, I doubt they're gonna do solo Charizard.
No, definitely
Solo
not.
Charizard is the most
Solo,
likely out of these unranked characters. They're
yeah.
not gonna replace. They're not gonna separate the Aegis
Solo
like
Charizard,
that.
Solo Charizard only worked because Pokemon Trainer couldn't work on 3DS, but they were able to get Charizard to work.
Exactly.
And Charizard, more popular than Ivysaur and Squirtle, but like,
Mm-hmm.
if they could put all three of
Yeah.
them into this one character again, because like his gameplay kit is unique, then they're gonna do
Mm-hmm.
that. Like, but I don't,
Yeah, we're
I
not gonna have like one Ice Climber either, or Banjo without Kazooie. That'd be like fucking. That's just dumb.
yeah. Yeah, and I do agree that of those unranked characters, I feel like Solo Charizard is the most likely to happen, but that's only because it did happen.
Yeah, exactly. That's only because it did happen.
Because, like, imagine they could have just kept Pokemon Trainer and not given us Charizard, but that would be bananas.
Hmm. But no, they immediately brought back Pokemon Trainer. And it
Yeah.
makes sense why they would. Like, Pokemon Trainer is the character you play as.
Yeah.
And Smash Bros. Doesn't really shy away from picking, like, avatar characters. Like, look how many avatar characters there are in this game. We have Pokemon Trainer, we have Robin, we have Corrin, Byleth. Fucking Link, to an extent, is a fucking avatar character because, like, you can change his name in the earlier Zelda games. Not anymore. That changed with Breath of the Wild. But yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
them fucking getting rid of these characters. I don't see them getting rid of Mewtwo for like fucking I don't fucking know, like Eternatus or some shit,
That's
you
a
know?
wild one. Jesus. That's a more
I don't know. I was
that
just
would be
thinking
more
of like a newer
that'd be
Pokemon.
more of a
I was
boss
thinking like a
fight if
newer
anything.
legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, but
Actually, I would like Eternatus as a boss fight. That'd be pretty cool.
yeah,
I think
just
Sephiroth would actually do better as a boss fight than as a fucking character.
yeah. I think Ridley should be a boss fight because he's too big. Anyway, that's my last joke
Oh,
of
same. He's way too
that.
big.
Anyway, but this is our Smash 6 prediction thing. This is my way of saying that I disagree with a lot of you, and a lot of you are wrong. This is the
I
correct
agree.
list.
A lot of you are fucking
Now
wrong
I
and
can't.
annoying too, and ugly.
Now I can't wait for Smash 6 to come out and either celebrate that I was right and all of you are wrong, or to completely eat shit. So
Same, but you know what? I'd rather have these objectively good takes than, being like, we're gonna cut the roster in half, we're getting rid of fucking Lucario and replacing him with fucking Skeledirge.
yeah. Oh wow, Skeledirge and yeah, no, I'm more solid on Meowscarada and Skeledirge and Smash,
Yeah.
but yeah, thanks for listening to us rambling.
Yeah, also, we're not getting Sceptile in the game.
Not even Blaziken. If you want that, play that dumb Project M EX remix bullshit that I don't like.
Really? You don't like that?
I don't know. That game's busted. Like that game is is the game I fear Smash Bros would be heading to in the future.
Wouldn't that be some shit?
But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'll be sure to listen to you and potentially judge you if you don't agree with me.
I'll definitely judge.
Yeah. But bye. Go home. Show's over.